Waitep, Mike Bowden and Squest. Well, the Indigenous voices, family voices for education in school district number 73 came out of a scan. There's no guessing. We were doing a project working with the Ministry of Education. We were one of the original districts in a pilot project around equity in action. And it was a direct result of some of the reports that indicated, rightly, that the student outcomes for our Indigenous learners were well below the outcomes for non-Indigenous learners. We found the spirals is probably and was a great tool to sort of start accessing how to frame that journey of how to address those equity issues. So when we did a scan, some of the questions were around what we know on how to be supportive to student outcomes. And part of that is parent engagement. So what we found was there was a real need when we did the scan and a request that we weren't doing a very good job of engaging Indigenous families and parents in the conversation on how to support their children in our school system.
I think the parent advisory committees are so important and so helpful for the school. It gives families a voice and a place to be included in the children's education system. Around the Indigenous perspective, there's different reasons why that voice hasn't been heard, but now with the opportunity to come together and be more organized, that's what we've done. So the opportunity came out to the schools and the parents. There was a call out who would like to attend, and so those that felt they wanted to came and joined the group.
So I wanted to have a voice. I wanted there to be a voice, and I knew that this was a potential for us to be able to have that type of voice. The school district, especially 73, has been a big leader in pushing for that sort of for the Aboriginal, and so I wanted to be a part of that and help support that.
We've gotten to know each other since November is when everybody started to come together, and just sharing our experiences, which are all so different, with some of our wishes and hopes for our kids being the same. There's had its challenges for sure, but I think we've grown quite a bit as a group. There's great people inside that group that we all support each other quite a bit. We were able to gain a grant, and we were able to use that grant to supply medicine pouches to the students this year. And we're expecting them to arrive, so we'll put those packages together and we'll send out a little notice of, hi, here we are, and let us know how we can support you, to our Indigenous parents, families, and guardians.
So the hunch there was, of course, if you engage parents, you're going to engage students and build that relationship. Thus, it'll impact our outcomes. So we wanted to just proceed in seeing if there was an interest by Indigenous parents to have a specific voice to help support their children in our system and help inform us in a positive way too, I think. And it's been an interesting journey because what we found out too is we were quite unique in the province in starting that journey. It hasn't really happened, and I think we were the second district, we were told, that it's even pursued having an Indigenous parent voice in an organized way that also has a seat at the table.
I hope to see it grow, and I think that will happen.
You know, we're quite innovative. We're quite farther than a lot, which is great to think of for School District 73. It's great, but at the same time, we're still years away from where we want to be, and I think the school district feels the same way.
There's lots of momentum right now, and we have some great parents that are excited and want to take advantage of this opportunity to share their voice, because they feel like they haven't had that opportunity before.
So we are all coming from a different place. Everybody's experience, the way that they grew up, is different. The main thing we have together is that we all love our kids, and we all want our kids to have the best and do the best that they can. So that's where we're coming from. But we had a couple of, I think, elders come in on one of our group sessions where we had invited all the parents and caregivers, and they just brought an amazing cultural perspective that none of us had thought of, which was just wonderful. So we're all going to learn from each other, and we're all going to bring it together as a community. So Indigenous voices coming from all places, and teaching and bringing culture to everyone. I think that's fantastic.